Strikers have found it tough to build a name for themselves in a world where Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have snatched particularly all of the attention. There are, however, some expectations. One of them is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The Gabonese international is one of the game's fastest players and is consistently ranked among the finest scorers. The highly coveted talent, who joined Arsenal for a club record £56 million cost, is a nightmare for any defense, as his scorching pace leaves a trail of defeated bodies behind him. It's tough not to know much about a player of his caliber, but there are always some lesser-known facts, and here are 8 of them. In this video, we'll be discussing 8 facts about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang you didn't know. Let's get straight to it. 8. Expensive boots. By all accounts, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is a flashy player. From every viewpoint, he exudes the word swag, whether through his outrageous hairstyle or his fashion taste. However, he takes his luxury to new heights with a $3,918 pair of custom-made boots. The explanation of the boots' exorbitant price is simple. They are encrusted with exceedingly valuable Swarovski crystal. Given that no fewer than 4,000 tiny crystals were utilized to construct his name, number, and club's emblem and color, the task was delicate. We certainly hope that he has kept them in a safe. Anyone can earn a fortune by stealing those. The Gabon International also has a lineup of 4 luxury models that he can choose from: a Range Rover Sport Masonry, Ferrari 812 Superfast, Lamborghini Aventador, and Porsche Panamera Turbo Tech Art. Talk about a millionaire's garage. 7. A Real Dream. Every sincere child aspires to see their parents' goal come true. After all, parents are the ones who give up their own ambitions so that their children can pursue theirs. For Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, it's all about keeping a promise he made to his grandfather when he was dying, that he would one day play for Real Madrid. Aubameyang's mother has stated that the entire family are Real Madrid supporters who all want to see the Gabonese international play for the Whites. 6. Football runs in his blood. Anyone who has even a little idea about Aubameyang knows how close he is to his father. Because of his father's recommendation, he plays for Borussia Dortmund rather than a side in England's second level. But what is less well known is that Pierre Aubameyang Sr. was a professional footballer who also served as the captain of the Gabonese national team. Aubameyang Sr., a natural defender, represented his country 80 times and afterwards worked as a scout for AC Milan. Along with his 2 older brothers, Willy and Catalina, Aubameyang began his career as a footballer in the Serie A Giants Youth Academy. 5. Invited to represent Italy. The former Dijon superstar is presently the Gabonese national team's all-time leading scorer with 24 goals and 59 appearances. He's also the squad's captain and the greatest player the team has ever had. If he had chosen to represent Italy, though, things would have been very different. Aubameyang was eligible to play for the Azzurri because he was born in Italy and had lived there for an extended period. His talent was so great that the Italian Federation sought to sign him to a contract with them. As a result, he was offered to play for the Italy U19 team, but he declined. Because of his Spanish nationality, Aubameyang was also eligible to play for the Spanish national team. He chose Gabon because his father was a former Gabonese captain, but he retains a close link with Spain and aspires to play in La Liga. 4. Played for France. Yes, you heard that correctly. Because Aubameyang was born in France, he was also eligible to represent them, just as he was for Italy. He didn't turn down the opportunity to play for France's under-21 team since he wanted to give it a go. He only played 1 game for the junior team and never wore the blue of France again. One can only speculate what would have transpired if he had chosen to represent France full-time. They may have easily defeated Portugal in the Euro 2016 final. 3. Aubameyang, the man of firsts. Aubameyang made history by becoming the first Gabonese player to play in the Bundesliga and scoring a hat-trick on his debut. When he hammered in the ball against Switzerland in London in 2012, he became the first and only Gabonese to score an Olympic goal. Aubameyang is a goal-scoring machine, but he wasn't always this productive. The striker failed early in his career, prompting AC Milan to sell him for €1 million. When he arrived at Borussia Dortmund, Aubameyang made a bet with his coach. Thomas Tuchel that he would cross the 20-goal mark that very season. Midway through the season, the Gabon international had 18 goals in 17 games. Now, Aubameyang is Gabon's all-time top goal scorer. At the age of 19, he made his senior Gabonese debut in 2009, playing in 4 Africa Cup of Nations competitions as well as the 2012 Summer Olympics. Aubameyang was awarded African Footballer of the Year in 2016, becoming the first Gabonese and the second European-born player to do so. 2. Fast as lightning. Almost every football fan on the planet is fascinated with speed. There are few sights more thrilling than watching a quick player run at full speed and outrun defenders like there's no tomorrow. When Gareth Bale sped past Marc Bartra in the Copa del Rey final in 2014, Madridistas were completely overcome by the adrenaline rush. Almost every other week, the same thing happened to Dortmund fans. When Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang sprints at maximum speed, he appears to be possessed by a cheetah. He sends a number of defenders racing after his shadow, making them feel the horrible futility of watching him wreak havoc while they're powerless to stop him. Aubameyang, who is noted for his pace, finishing, and off-ball movement, is scientifically destined to be one of the best strikers in the world. He's almost tailor-made for speed and agility. Aubameyang is a striker who can also play as a wide forward. Aubameyang is fast, that's common knowledge, but did you realize he was even quicker than Usain Bolt? The 9-time Olympic gold winner who holds the 100-meter sprint world record and is widely considered as the world's fastest man. In a 30-yard dash, Aubameyang beat Bolt's time. He ran in 3.7 seconds, while the Jamaican athlete clocked in at roughly 3.9 seconds. 1. Played at Newcastle's non-league ground. This is perhaps the least known event of Aubameyang's career as a footballer. When the Gabonese international was looking for pastures, Newcastle was one of the clubs highly interested in him. He did in fact play at Newcastle's non-league ground, but only because the Gabonese national team was practicing there. The fact that the Magpies coveted him doesn't change the fact that he chose to stay at Etienne for another year before traveling to Germany to play for the Gelsenkirchen club. Consider him in Newcastle. If he had been in charge of their line, they would almost certainly not have been relegated. If Aubameyang had maintained the same style of life as he does today, his club career could have been extremely different. When Newcastle United expressed considerable interest in signing him from Saint-Etienne in 2012, he had already rejected them, but the Magpies returned 12 months later with a hefty agreement. Aubameyang signed a contract with Dortmund as his father was a fan of Jurgen Klopp, who was the club's manager at the time despite receiving less money, and he is now one of the best attackers in the world. Which player should we cover in the next video? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See you next time.